Hello everyone. Today I like to present my paper about corporate governance and earnings management, empirical evidence of distress and non-distress company. My name is Nico Alexander. This is our paper, which is three of us make it. There are Teresia, Dewi Kurnia Indriastuti, and Nico Alexander. Uh, and I like to present it on behalf three of us. This is the abstract. The purpose of this research is to get empirical study the effect of corporate governance on earnings management on distressed and non-distressed companies. Corporate governance in this research measured by independent board, audit committee, board of commissioner, institutional ownership, and number of board commissioner meeting. The research problem are corporate governance has negative effect on earnings management either in distressed company and non-distressed company. This research used 309 manufacturing companies that listed in Indonesia stock exchange, and the data were selected using purposive sampling method during 2016 until 2019. From 309 samples, there are 287 samples are distressed company and 22 company are non-distressed company. The data were analyzed using multiple regression method, and the empirical research showed that commissioner board and institutional ownership has negative effect on earnings management in non-distressed company, but in distressed company, corporate governance do not have effect on earnings management. From this research show that when companies in distressed company, corporate governance cannot minimize earnings management practice because the company will maintain the going concern and management will do earning management to get stakeholder trust, so they will invest more in the company. And in non-distressed company, corporate governance can minimize the earnings management practice because the company in good financial condition, so they don't need to do the earning management and to keep stakeholder trust. Trust company will strengthen the corporate governance mechanism. The introduction. The content of the financial statement are description of the information on the performance and achieved of the company within a certain period. The financial statement prepared by management will be reference for shareholders in making business decisions. Therefore, relevant and reliable financial reports are needed to facilitate decision making. This is according to Arifin and Destriana 2016. One of the most scandal in 2015, there are multinational companies. The name is Toshiba Corporation. This is a Japanese company, has been proved to inflate corporate profit for 6 years at 151.8 billion yen, equivalent to 1.2 billion USD. This inflate was carried out by the company executive to achieve their target. In fact, the target was not achieved and the result in losses. So there was an inflate of the profit. As a result of the scandal, Toshiba's share declined by 17% and made Toshiba Corporation experience difficult in going concern. The research about the corporate governance and earnings management give inconsistent result. So this is the motivation of this research. And this research, we divided into two samples. That is there's a company that in distress condition and company with non-distress condition to see the different effect from corporate governance. The research problem are corporate governance have effect toward the earning management in distress or non-distress company, and the purpose of this research is to get empirical result the effect of corporate governance toward earnings management in distressed or non-distressed companies. The implication of this research is as information to investors about earnings management and can be used as literature to other research. The literature review is first the agency theory. This is the agency theory involves two person or two person, that is the management as an agent and the investor as the principal. The principal has a reason to believe that the agent will always act on behalf of the principal interest. This problem arising from agency theory is the agency problem. Jensen and Mackling state that the separation between owners and management may cause agency problem. They are moral hazard and adverse selection. To reduce this agency problem, it will cause agency costs, and the agency costs divided into three types, namely monitoring costs, bonding costs, and residual loss. And this is my hypothesis building. In a company, board can be important internal monitor mechanism that has impact on the level of corporate earnings management. The role of the board in the company is to oversee management behavior in order to minimize earning management action and give trust to investors. The number of boards in the company affect the decision-making process. This will affect corporate governance and company performance. The independent board is a non-executive director who can play a role in overseeing management policies and providing direction to management. Jensen and Mackling state that agency theory support increasing independence, so that the board in the company should have large number of non-executive directors, and some points suggest that non-executive directors have better oversight to control performance and oversee management behavior. According to Trisakti and Merianto, board meetings are a medium communication or coordination between members of the board of the commissioner in carrying out their duties as management supervisor. The number of board meetings is also perfect to measure that is done to monitor the board commissioner, because the board commissioner is involved in responsibility for protection of financial statement. An audit committee is a liaison between the external auditor and the company, so that the audit committee is required to always independent, carrying out its responsibility to the company, such as ensuring the accuracy of financial statement in accordance with actual situation. The audit committee is formed by the board of commissioner, is a liaison between shareholder and the board of commissioner with the management. Besides that, it has a responsibility assisting the board of commissioner to supervise management in preparing financial report. So it is hoped that the existence of the audit committee expected to reduce the occurrence of earnings management. Institutional ownership is the percentage of share owned by non-financial and financial institutions. Ashworth and Lina state the higher of institutional ownership will focus more on future profit, which are expected to be relatively greater than current profit, so that institutional investor will monitor effectively and will not be easily deceived by manipulation by manager. Institutional investors have more information than individual investors, and the higher of understanding that will decrease the asymmetry information between institutional investor and management and make it difficult for management to do earnings management. According to hypothesis building above, I take the hypothesis from hypothesis 1 until hypothesis 5, and we divide it into two sections. The hypothesis 1A is board size has a negative effect on earning management on companies that have distress condition, and the B is the same hypothesis but on the non-distress condition. Hypothesis 2, independent board has negative effect on earning management on companies that have distress condition, and hypothesis 2b is the same but in the distress condition. Hypothesis 3, board meeting have negative effect on earnings management on distress company. And hypothesis 3b is the board meeting has negative effect on earnings management on non-distress company. Hypothesis 4a, audit committee has negative effect on earning management on companies that have distress condition. Hypothesis 4b is the same but in the non-distress condition. Hypothesis 5a, intentional ownership have negative effect on earning management on companies that have distress condition. And hypothesis 5b, institutional ownership has a negative effect on earning management on companies that don't have distress condition. The population on this research are manufacturing companies that listed in Indonesia Stock Exchange during 2016 until 2018. The sample selection technique used in this research is the proposing sampling method, and the sample selection use purposive sampling to get the sample which matches with purpose of this research, and the sample used in this research are 309 data. The earning management using modified zones developed by Nico et al. And board size is measured using the number of board in period T. Independent board are measured using the percentage of independent board. Board meeting are measured using the number of meeting conducted by the board in the period T. Audit committee measured using the number of company audit committees in period T, and institutional ownership measured using percentage of share ownership by institution investor. This research also using control variable. There are profitability measured by return on asset, liquidity measured by current ratio, leverage measured by debt to total asset, operating cash flow measured by operating cash flow divided by total asset, and size measured by logarithm natural of total asset. To see either the company have a distress condition or not, I use the measure based on Agrawal and Chatterjee 2015. They said to measure the financial distress by comparing the z-score value with the median of the z-score. If the z-score value greater than the median, it can be concluded that the company experienced financial distress, and vice versa. If the z-score value is less than the median, it can be concluded that the company don't experience financial distress. This is the research model, and this is the result for my descriptive statistic and distribution of distress company. And this is the result of my hypothesis. We can see that board size in non-distress company have negative effect, and institutional ownership in non-distress company there are have a negative effect too, which means board size and institutional can be reduced the earnings management done by management in non-distress company. The conclusion, this research's purpose is to get empirical result of the effect of corporate governance on earnings management in the company that have distress condition and non-distress condition. The results show that in the distress company, corporate governance cannot prevent management to do earnings management, while in non-distress company, corporate governance can prevent earnings management practice. For the future research, the corporate governance can add another mechanisms such as board expertise, audit committee expertise, audit quality to get a better result, or use corporate governance index as a better measurement. For earnings management, can use models such as Kotari et al. 2005 or real earnings management to measure the earnings management. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.